So I've got another video here for my Chinese fellas and that. So let's have a toast that this is with the bottles and recycling and plastic. So what's happening now is I've got Chinese telling me that any recyclings that I send back to China, that's going in a landfill because of not enough. Okay? So what about now? I've got another update for Chinese. So unrecycled plastic or bottles could not go on back to China because then they'll just end up sending all of it this way. That I won't recycle anything here, sort anything here. However, that this is all still cops in there at the moment. Okay, so that this couldn't be done using cops and that. However, there is other paid up fellas that is interested in these drills here in recycling. I've got what I like to see it used for the disabled. Because if you are a disabled person, they say that it is non-disabled to have jobs first. However, disabled, that is something to do as well, make a few bob. However, this can leave this now, that so for the government, most of the bottles, they say that's too contaminated and that's where the recyclings go. Say that's too contaminated and it goes to the bin, to the landfill and that. So that's where the rest of the recyclings is as well. So the recycling centers are chucking shitloads, most of it in a landfill because too contaminated. I've put this on there. I couldn't see how contaminated it could be. It couldn't be that bad. If it dries up, leave it dry up so it doesn't smell that solid or whatever. That's still, that this with the recycling here is too many issues at the moment. However, I does send some recyclings back to China. So it's not enough, so Chinese just dumping everything. So what happened here with the cardboard, I didn't have enough cardboard to recycle for the toilet paper. So I ended up buying new cardboard or old stock cardboard, overflow boxes to recycle to make toilet paper. So this shit that's in the public toilets, man, that's too shit. Right? Then now, what I wanna do is, would we be able to buy Chinese plastic and bottles and cans even full? I'll buy drinks in and that to even out the recycling business in China. So basically, I want to send all that I can from here, from US, all the recyclings that can go back into China. Then I want this recycling business going. Chinese saying it's not enough, so I want to give new stuff from China to chuck it in with recyclings. So then they got enough stuff there for recycling. Would we be able to do that? Would this be approved by Chinese government? And then I'll give new bottles. Hasn't got enough bottle business here. I'll give new bottles. They give new bottles and that to recycle these fellas here, man. And then chuck him with that. And then I couldn't recycle Chinese bottles because the Chinese telling me the bottle is cheaper than that movement to sort it. So they give a new one then. Because I just want this business going. I hasn't got anything else, man. The Chinese want jobs. Then I want to do it. See if we could give them, would this Chinese, yeah, except would this Chinese is telling me he'll take unsorted. So why doesn't he give him the unsorted Chinese ones? If that's too much for these Chinese to sort it as well. Would I be able to do anything here in China? Then I wouldn't mind dumping the new stuff in there. They give a new stuff, chuck this left, they give these new ones here. Even with drinks, that they give a drinks, they all have to open up a drink and fucking there, man. Thank you.